magical star beings, this is Psychic Siren Tarot and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what do people think as they're getting to know you. So please be aware this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm now going to show you your crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1, we have this beautiful gold stone crystal. This is not gold stone, sorry. Golden cat's eye. And then we have the Queen of Earth. For pile number 2, we have Green Aventurine. And we have the High Priestess. For pile number 3, we have Orange Calcite. And we have the Sun card. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you are most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be a pile for today. But of course, if you are drawn to more than one pile, there may be more messages there for you. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Golden Cat's Eye Crystal and the Queen of Earth, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people think as they're getting to know you. So please be aware this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. So one thing I can say is that people get a little bit nervous in front of you in a good way. It kind of feels like they want to have you like them, have you be excited to be seeing them just as excited as they are with you. Because with the Queen of Pentacles here, you definitely have this very grounded approach to getting to know people, but it feels like they're sort of more excited to get to know you. Even if you are excited to get to know them, it feels like that for them. And one thing I saw was there was a cat hair on me now. Which is so funny because a cat came into my apartment this morning, like a different cat that's not mine. So I don't know if animals are quite drawn to you, or if you have pets, or if you've ever visited certain people where they have pets of their own, or if you kind of have a cat-like personality or cat-like appearance, but we'll see as we get into your cards. One thing I also noted was I kept making mistakes in your reading, like when I was about to start, I had to start all over again. So there's still that energy of people getting quite nervous in front of you and wanting to say the right things to you as they're getting to know you. So spirit guides on my pile number 1s. What people think as they're getting to know pile number 1s. I feel these cards when it come out. Ooh, so many. Let's just take these. Let's just take all of them. Okay, we have the 8 of Air at the back of the deck. So many. How many are there? We have the Tower. We have the Page of Earth. So there's just a lot of things people think about you as they're getting to know you. We have the King of Fire. So let's do this. We have the 10 of Water. Beautiful. We have the 2 of Water. We have Love. Ah. We have the 5 of Earth. So let's add the rest of your cards after we take a look at your oracle cards. I'm going to put them here for now. So spirit guides on my pile number 1's what people think as they're getting to know pile 1. I feel this card. Okay, we have heart chakra, moss agate, and intention card 4. And at the back of the deck, we have Spirit Quartz with Chiron and Healing. So one thing about you, I think people get a little bit obsessed with you as they're starting to get to know you, but in a good way, not in a bad way. And the reason I say so is because I think you just have that effect on people. With the heart chakra card, there's something about you being able to I'm seeing like a cat, which is interesting because we have the lion here and I had a cat hair on me earlier, which wasn't on me all day until now. And I'm filming this in the afternoon because the cat came to me in the morning. Anyways, I don't know if some of you are Leos or not, or if there's just this energy around you of cats, but there's something about you being sort of like a cat, making your way into people's hearts very quickly. It's like people feel very cuddly over you, very close to you in their heart. As soon as they are starting to get to know you, it happens very quickly, and it's something they don't always intend, but like I said, it happens very quickly. Even with the Two of Water here, I think a lot of people do start to feel deep feelings of love for you while they're getting to know you, whether it be platonic or romantic. And what I will say is, when I said making your way into their heart, like I was seeing you as a cat kind of make your way into their heart, and then I was hearing that song, Making My Way Downtown. I don't know what that song's called. But anyways, I feel when I said addicting, I also heard the song I Took a Pull in Ibiza to tell Avicii is cool. So there's something about your energy that is a little bit addictive to people when they're getting to know you, where they get a little bit obsessed over you. You're kind of like a drug to them, where they just want you more and more and more, in a good way, of course. And I feel here with a tower, there's some type of fear of you not liking them as much as they like you. There's a type of fear of everything falling apart and like you leaving their life where you will still be in their heart with the Five of Earth, but you're no longer physically there. So I see a fear here of things falling apart and them not having what they intend to have with you, because I mean, we have love, we have the Two of Water, we have the Ten of Water. I think when people are getting to know you, they very much intend to have you in their life for a really long time, and they intend to love you in some way. I mean, there's so much heart chakra energies in your pile. It's so uncanny. It's so weird but cool and mystical. I mean, we have love, we have the heart chakra, we have the Two of Water, we have the King of Fire with this heart. We have the heart that you chose, and I had no idea why I was drawn to that crystal for you, but it just shows how many people, as they're getting to know you, whether it's platonic or romantic, they definitely start to have a soft spot for you in their heart, and they start to really feel very safe in your presence too. Even though there is a little bit of that good amount of nervousness, it's because they want you to like them as much as they like you. But they definitely feel very safe in your presence. I'm hearing that song Safe in Your Arms by Clea Soul. And there is a lot of energies here of people crushing on you, and people feeling attracted to you as they get to know you, especially if you know you're getting to know someone, go on dates with them, things like that. There's something about that, like them starting to crush on you very quickly. And I'm even picking up on people where maybe they don't necessarily intend to look for a romantic connection. Even they will sometimes start to have a soft spot for you in their heart. So people will think that you're someone very grounded, very down to earth, very much like that person they can be best friends with, or that type of person they can date in a long-term setting. You give me girlfriend, boyfriend, material type of vibe, like romantic relationship material. That's what I feel here. And I think they think you're someone that is very grounded, that feels safe to them, that feels like stable to them in some way, where as they're getting to know you, it feels like they want to create stability with you in terms of any type of relationship at all. And it definitely feels like they want something more long term. I think as people are getting to know you, they start to see you as a very loving and nurturing person. They start to see you as someone a little bit dreamy, but at the same time, there's something very sweet about you and very earthy, like this earthy energy about you. Even if you're not an earth sign, it feels very much like I'm in a forest and I feel so peaceful, and I just feel like there's no thoughts in my head. I'm just present in the moment. That's how, like, that's the vibe I get here of like what they think and feel around you. And as people are getting to know you, they think that you're someone that really stands out in some way. They think that you're someone with a lot of strong boundaries and a lot of strength and courage. And you have this very bold energy with you where you're not afraid to express yourself. I'm also picking up on an energy here where you are seen as someone really romantic to the people that crush on you, and where you're seen as someone just very peaceful. People may also see you as someone that cares for the earth, that cares for human beings, that cares for children, animals. Um, and if you have pets, that's significant here. I think people often think you're very comforting as they're getting to know you. They feel very happy around you. It's like people tap into their feelings around you because you start to make your way into their heart, and you feel like home. You feel very comforting. That's definitely what I'm picking up here. So let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So we have the Seven of Earth. We have the Five of Water. We have the Eight of Earth. Lots of earth energies in your pile. Some of you are earth signs, definitely, but it doesn't have to be. We have the Four of Fire. And we have the Four of Water. I'm being drawn to music, and if you like music, people may think you have a really good music taste, or there's something about your voice sounding like a melody, or you having a beautiful singing voice, or this type of vibe of maybe people, even if they are crushing on you, daydreaming and listening to music and thinking about you as they get to know you. It feels like if you left them, there would be a hole in their heart. I'm looking at this hole here. If you were just like unsatisfied with them and left, it would feel like things are crumbling and falling. Even though they're just getting to know you, I think they start to think they're very attached very fast. People start to think thoughts like, I want to really show this person who I am. They start to get very excited and passionate about you very fast. And I feel this energy of them trying to show you like who they are on a much deeper level, and trying to show you a little bit into what makes them excited and what makes them passionate about life, what makes their heart kind of like burn on fire in a way, what sets their soul on fire. So I see people like wanting to show you and thinking like, I want to show pile number one everything about me. You know, I want to send them things that make me laugh. I want to send them music that touches my heart. If I'm like interested in art, I want to share that with pile one. I want to take them to my home and show them what my home looks like. It's like they kind of think I want to invite pile number one into a part of my life and show them a little bit more about myself. And there is a feeling of I would be really disappointed if pile number one didn't want to be friends with me anymore, or if they didn't want to get to know me anymore, or if we just don't click anymore. I would be very disappointed. There's an energy here of people wanting to put in effort to be in your life, maybe a little bit more than necessary, but it is because there's that fear of you maybe not wanting to get to know them as much as they do. And I see them wanting to do little things for you to show you maybe the potential of the connection and where it could go, and to show you a little bit into the fact that they do care and that they do intend to be in your life for a long time. I see a lot of people that are getting to know you that have good intentions towards you and just find you so lovable. I see some people dreaming of you as they're getting to know you, and even if you've left their life, I see them dreaming about you. I see certain people wanting to take you out to places that are fun, like with the Four of Wands here. Like, for example, let's say you become friends with a person. Then let's say they have a bunch of friends. They want to take you to meet their friends and do something fun, or go out to a bar, or invite you to a party. It gives me that type of vibe, even if they don't know you that well yet. I see people thinking you're a lot of fun to be around, and that you're just such a person that stands out, that they'll always remember you, and that they'll always think of you when they want to do something fun next, and that they always want to invite you and think of you in that sense, like where they want to keep a spot for you open there. Like, I'm even seeing certain people wanting to invite you to certain events, or to a wedding they're going through, to to certain things like that, where maybe even sometimes with the Four of Water, they don't know if it's too soon to invite you to those things yet. Or in certain cases, I'm seeing something like wanting you to meet their family very early on, like certain relationships. Even if they don't express that, they're thinking that, or wanting you to meet their friends, wanting you to come to their home. People just feel very close to you as soon as they start to get to know you. People start to think that you're someone with a lot of leadership energies and that you're very inspiring, because I feel you're someone that really goes after the things you want. You're someone that really is a hard worker. When you want something in your life, you are going to go after it, and you're going to learn and learn and learn. And I see you having that mindset of being so open to learning that every day you learn something new. And I think that's a trait people really start to admire in you. I see people thinking that you're someone really honest, someone really trustworthy. These seahorses are really sticking out to me. I just want to Google what the seahorse means. So, the seahorse's spiritual meaning is to remain grounded and steady, even when the world feels like a turbulent ocean. Their unique appearance, much like a tiny underwater dragon, has been associated with the realm of magic and fantasy. So, although you are someone really grounded and steady, even when life feels like a turbulent ocean, you remain grounded within your sense of self and within who you are. And I feel like even at work, like I'm seeing at work or at school, when things are stressful and people around you are stressful, you're that one person that calms and grounds other people and reminds them to stay grounded when life feels like a storm, when life feels very chaotic. And yeah, that's what I'm really getting here. But you're also someone really magical and mystical in some way, where you take people to this other realm, and they think that about you, that you're very magical and mystical. And what I saw about the seahorse the other day is they're very small, but they're also very strong. They represent strength as well. So people see you as very strong as they're getting to know you, because I think they start to see deeper parts of you, because you're coming through as very mysterious here, where I'm actually having a lot of trouble connecting to the energy. Not that you're hard to connect to in some way, but it's like it's hard to sometimes understand like who exactly pile number one is, because I think when you're getting to know people, you get to know them in a very grounded way, where you show yourself to them bit by bit, and there's this mysterious aura you have surrounding you when you get to know people. So there's this feeling of people being very curious about you and thinking, um, oh, pile number one is like this, but then there's this hesitance, like, are they really like that? It's 3:33 on the clock. So when they get to know you, they get to know bits and pieces of you, and they get to see that you're very fun to be around, but also very grounded at the same time. But then they also start to see that you're a really supportive friend, or that you would be a really supportive lover if they're getting to know you in a romantic sense, and that you're someone that is always expanding and growing in your own capacity and in your own way, even when circumstances are hectic or are chaotic. You always find a way to grow within that, and to learn from that, and to learn from certain unsatisfying challenges and see it as something we can grow from and learn from and reach enlightenment from. I think people see you when they start to get to know you. They start to see you as someone that is healing from past disappointments, past pain, past things that have happened in your life. And then they start to see you as really strong too. So, yeah, like I'm having a hard time kind of connecting to the energy and understanding what their thoughts are. Maybe sometimes they want to talk to you, but they don't exactly know what to say. Because, like, I'm trying to do the reading now, and it's not that my intuition isn't working, but it feels like I'm in their energy. And maybe they want to talk to you or make conversation with you, but they don't exactly know what to say, or they don't exactly know what you're interested in yet. So sometimes it's like, should I talk about this or should I talk about this? Will pile number one be interested in that, or will they just be bored? And I don't think you're the type to do that, but there's this feeling of people wanting you to like them as they're getting to know you, because they like you a lot and they gain a lot of passion and excitement for you very quickly. And then you're kind of just grounded. And then there's this feeling of like, does pile number one like me or not? And I see them thinking about that a lot. Like, does pile number one like me a lot? Do they have fun with me or not? Like, do they consider me a friend? Do they consider me someone they could date? Like, what is on their mind? I see them trying to understand what's on your mind rather than thinking about you, if that makes sense. So the song by Skin Shape is coming through to my mind. So the song is called Inside, and it says, I want to know what you're thinking, how you're doing, how you're feeling inside. Will you let me, tell me, show me, give me what's on your mind? So it's kind of like people aren't necessarily thinking about you. They're more so thinking, what is pile number one thinking of me? Do they like me? Are they interested in me? Do they think I'm fun? Do they think I'm funny? If I say this joke, will they stare at me or will they laugh? It's kind of that feeling of they may overthink a little bit, because they want you to like them as much as they like you. And I really get this feeling, people, even people that are kind of closed off to their heart, they will start opening up their heart to you very quickly. I'm seeing this type of energy where, like, certain people that you've met in your life, where they're so closed off to their heart, where they don't open up their heart at all. And then it's like they think that you will chase them, but then actually the tables turn and then they chase you, and it's like they're trying to reach forward to you. And each time they reach forward to you, it's like you're further away. Um, so you definitely have that effect on people where people get a little bit addicted to your energy. And I think you're someone that is very focused on your own goals, very focused on your priorities and what it is you want to bring into your reality, what it is you want to create in your reality. And there's a sense of you having the courage to go after the things you want, especially work-wise, career-wise, studies-wise. It's like you're very hard worker, so you dedicate a lot of time and your energy to building your life to the way you want it. So then sometimes you're busy, and I see you being busy, maybe during the day at work or at school or something, and then you don't necessarily reply to them. And then I see them kind of like wondering, like, is pile one going to reply to me, or are they going to ghost me? Like, it gives me that type of vibe, very much so. So I think this is all I have for you, my pile ones. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this green Aventurine crystal and the High Priestess, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what people think as they're getting to know you. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We're going to be using the Good Tarot and the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. Let's start by pulling your tarot cards. So Spirit Guides on my pile number twos. What do people think as they're getting to know pile two? What do people think as they're getting to know pile two? I feel this card. We have the Six of Earth. We have the Messenger of Fire. We have Patience. We have the Ace of Water. What do people think as they're getting to know pile two? We have Call. We have the Fool. And lastly, we have the Five of Earth. At the back of the deck, we have the Seven of Air. So now let's get one oracle card. So Spirit Guides in my pile twos. What do people think as they're getting to know pile two? We have Citrine with the Sun and Clarity, card 18. Some of you may be drawn to pile 3 because pile 3 had the Sun card. If you are, I highly recommend you watch that too. At the back of the deck, we have Sunstone with the Sacral Chakra and Deep Knowing. So this is definitely my intuitive pile. So what people think while they are getting to know you. There's something about you having this aura of mystery, similar to pile 1, but in a different way. In your pile, I see it more so being because with the Seven of Swords at the back of the deck, you know, you may have had certain people, I don't know why I wanted to say past life, but I mean in your past, maybe you did have those energies in your past life, those lessons in your past life. But I wanted to talk about your past, and I feel a raspiness in my throat. And it's a type of feeling of, you know, certain people being around you where you didn't necessarily see they were being deceptive towards you. Or maybe you did, but, you know, we see here this person wearing a mask. So you maybe had certain people in your past that weren't true with their intentions towards you, or weren't open with their intentions towards you, and wore a mask and maybe pretended to be someone they're not in order to get you to, you know, like them in some way, in order to get you to trust them in some way. And I'm feeling a pain in my left head, on the left side of my head, not my left head. But I mean, when I feel that, I always get reminded of the feeling of betrayal, because I am clairsentient. So when spirit gives me messages in different body parts, it usually represents different things. And the left side of the head to me always represents betrayal. So I think you've had certain people around you in your past that were deceptive, that may have betrayed you, that may have lied to you, that may have gaslighted you, that may have even pushed you to the point of rage, where that feeling in my throat was like, I'm screaming and I'm angry at this person because they're not listening to me. And like, I'm trying to get them to see my way, but they keep manipulating me, and now I'm the one looking like the bad guy. Now I'm the one looking like the villain because they're not listening to me, and all I want them to do is listen to me. It's that type of feeling in the raspiness of my throat. Like, they've pushed me to the point where the worst side of me is coming out, where my anger is coming out. Maybe not the worst side of me, but I hope you get what I mean. And it could have made you feel very stuck, but I feel your higher self coming through and pulling you away from that. I'm seeing the Chariot clairvoyantly and taking you away from that energy. So divine intervention. And I feel your intuition did tell you something, but maybe you were blinded by love. Maybe these people told you, you were wrong. Maybe you didn't have any physical proof. But I feel now that that chapter is over in your life, I feel you healing from that. I feel you having clarity on that. And because of that, you know very well when you see the red flags in people. You're able to see the red flags in people. And now I think you are able to really trust and hone in on your intuition, because I feel your intuition has always been there to give you clarity, but sometimes we don't always know if our intuition is correct or if it is just us making it up or being anxious. But I feel now you are really trusting of your intuition. This is my intuitive pile. And that situation really gave you clarity on who was meant to be around you in your life and who's not, and who really has the best intentions for you and who's not. So I feel this energy of you being very discerning over people in your life right now, where you don't trust too easily, but it's not like you're closed off. I don't see people thinking you're closed off. I see people more so thinking that you're very mysterious and that you show little bits and pieces of yourself until it's been given enough time for you to show more of yourself. And I see people thinking that you're someone that kind of sees through them. So I see certain people coming around you. Some have good intentions. Well, a lot of them do, because I feel most of these cards look nice. All of them look like they have good energies. But the back of the deck is the Seven of Swords. So there is a tiny bit of people where, like, maybe they don't have the best intentions towards you, and then you're getting to know them, and it's almost like they're thinking you see right through them, or you see right through their lies or their red flags. And I see you cutting them out very quickly, which is why they didn't even make it in the spread. Or I see you ghosting them very quickly, which is why they're not here. They're at the back of the deck. They're not even included in here. So I see them seeing you, see through them and their BS very quickly. And you like cutting them out very quickly, getting clarity on it very quickly, and then being locked out. Like, I'm seeing a gate, and this is a beautiful gate covered in gold, and now they're locked out of the gate. And I'm hearing that song that's like, you can't even get it in, don't hate from outside the club, something like that. So that's what I get from the Five of Pentacles. Like, you're very quick to trust your intuition, take a leap of faith, and like almost have people miss the memory of you before they even get to know you. But for other people that do have good intentions towards you, I think they're thinking they feel seen by you. They think that you see right through them and that you really understand them deeply, even if they haven't known you for long. It really feels like, even if they don't know you're intuitive, it feels like you see right through them, and it feels like you truly get them, you truly understand them, you truly see them. And that feeling of being seen makes their heart flutter in a way. In a way where even if it's friendship, because it's like, whoa, You really get me. You really understand me. And I don't think they felt like that by many people before. So that's a very interesting and a unique experience they get with you that will always be remembered. And then as I get to know you better, I see them needing to be patient because you are discerning. You do want to get to know people in a very grounded way. I see here, and you do very much trust your intuition when it comes to vibes and people. So, like the sun here, you're someone that really stands out. I think that's what people think of you as they're getting to know you, that you're someone that really stands out. You're someone that really brightens up people's days. You know, with the messenger of fire, I see this type of energy when people are talking to you. It's like you brighten up their day, you uplift them in some way, you have a lot of light within you. You could consider yourself a light worker. And I see them thinking that you're bright like the sun. You're very warm, but discerning at the same time. Like you have this warm, cozy energy where I feel welcome and invited in your energy. But I also feel this energy of distance where it's like, don't think because I'm being warm and inviting, you can walk all over me. So there's this vibe of warmth, but strong boundaries with that. And that's what people think as they're getting to know you. I see them thinking that you're someone very inspiring too, and I'll get into that in a moment. Um, but there's also, yeah, this energy of you standing out, people liking to look at you, but also you shining so bright that people with negative intentions can't be around you too long. Just like we can't look at the sun too long without burning our eyes. Um, it's like that type of energy. But like the sun, you bring people joy as they're getting to know you. You bring people joy. You bring people this uplifting feeling. You bring people light. You brighten up their day. And there is this type of clarity of knowing they want you in their life, knowing they want to create some kind of connection with you, whether it be platonic or romantic with the Ace of Water. And I see people really wanting to get to know you, really wanting to communicate with you more because I see them thinking that it's very fun to talk to you, that they find you very fun to talk to. They find you very exciting to talk to as well. Like I see people feeling very excited around you, feeling like you're a lot of fun to be around, feeling like you're someone that really has a lot of warmth to you. I see people thinking you're very funny. Um, you stand out in a way in your physical appearance. Like you're easily noticed by others, even strangers that don't know you, where they just see you, you're easily noticed. There's something about the way you express yourself through the things you wear that seems very noticeable. Like I'm seeing big chunky jewelry for some, or I'm seeing a fashion style that stands out in a way, or I'm seeing this type of energy of you being very authentic and unique to yourself, where people think that you're someone that is very confident in yourself in that sense, where you want to express yourself. You want to express yourself through creativity, too, is what I feel here for some. So some may think you're very creative or you have a lot of creative ideas. A lot of people think you know your worth as they're getting to know you. It's like this type of vibe of, I want to be around Pile 2, but I'm not going to do anything wrong to them because I know that they know their worth. And I see some people not even thinking about that. Like I wouldn't even want to do that, but I know not to get on Pile 2's wrong side because I know they'll cut me out really quickly. Because I see people thinking it's even lucky to be around you. It's even a blessing to be around you, to be your friend. That's what I'm really getting from the green aventurine crystal you chose. Like, people are really lucky to get into your circle because you know your worth. You're very wary. And it's not just because you know your worth. I think it's also because of what happened in your past that you're very wary on who you let into your circle. And it's like, I see people thinking you have high standards, but in a good way where you know what you want. And if people don't meet what you want, then bye-bye, there's the door, you know. So yeah, I see people thinking you're very kind. I see people thinking Yeah, I see people thinking that you're very aware of what you want in your connections around you and what you want in life in general. There's something about some of you looking sun-kissed or tanned, or some of you being very pale. So I see that opposition here of very pale or light skin tone, or very sun-kissed or tanned or darker in complexion. And I see some freckles like standing out to me, and something about people liking to spend time with you and look into your eyes. And there's something about people thinking like they like to get to know your perspective on things because you see things in a much higher perspective than most people. And I think you're somewhat very unbiased, like where you can see things from both sides or all sides. And you can see things from both a logical side, but also a more mystical side. It's like you kind of bring people into more of this mystical spiritual energy once they're getting to know you, where they start to get more interested in spirituality, interested in what their beliefs are. If you are a reader or you do readings like or anything like that, or if you do any type of spiritual work like Reiki healing, I see some wanting to ask you like for that, to kind of get clarity on their lives. Or I see some people where, like, let's say you get to know them and they maybe have some spiritual gifts, but they're not really aware of how to use those spiritual gifts. I see them wanting to answer that call of their soul and get clarity on what it is in their purpose that they're meant to do, or certain creative gifts too, or talents, and like kind of get clarity on how they're supposed to get there. And even if you're not a reader, I think you're just someone that gives really good advice that people always want to ask you for advice. It's like I see them thinking you're very wise, where it's like they want to ask you for advice on what they should do, on clarity on their lives and their purpose and what it is they'd be good at. So I see people thinking you give really great advice. I see people thinking that you're a very generous person, that, once they get to know you and once they come into your circle, that you're very generous, that you're very giving. You may be that type of friend that, like if your friend doesn't have money and you're like, let's go out on a coffee date, and they're like, oh, I don't have money, maybe you'd pay for them. Or maybe you're that type of person that buys gifts for those you love, thoughtful gifts. Or maybe you're that type of person that is just always kind with your words, or spends a lot of time with people, or just gives to them in some way, just very generous in some way. It doesn't have to be financial. It can be with your time, with your energy, with your words, with your physical presence. Something about that's coming through. People think that you're also very patient, very kind. It's like you always pour into those closest to you. And with the pearl here in the seahorse, it's like people see you as someone that is of value to them, like in a way where they value you, if that makes sense, once they're getting to know you. When they are getting to know you, I see them thinking you're very free spirited. You are easily able to take a leap of faith towards where your passions and where your hearts and desires are taking you. You may be seen as a very passionate person as they get to know you, and I see them feeling very excited to be around you. I see people thinking you're very unique and different in a good way, where it feels like something new. Like, when you get to know someone unique, where it feels like a new experience that they haven't felt before. So I see them thinking that, and I see them thinking, like I said earlier, that you're very inspiring in some way, because I feel like you are answering the calling of your soul. You have clarity on what it is you want in life, and you're not afraid to go after it. You're not afraid to take a bold leap of faith towards that and put yourself out there in some way to be seen like the sun. You're not afraid to follow where your passions lie, and to learn about it more and to grow in knowledge in that sense, but also to trust your intuition on what steps it is you want to take while you are putting a lot of time and effort, a generous amount of time and effort towards where you want to be. And you're being patient as you allow those things to come in. So even if things are difficult in the moment while you take that leap of faith or while you take the first amount of steps towards that, you're very perseverant. You really go after what you want and you're really patient as you allow it to come into fruition, as you allow whatever is you want to create to come into fruition. And that about you is just so inspiring to others. And I also see others just like wanting to talk to you a lot. Like I said, feeling very happy around you, feeling like they want to call you or text you more, maybe even waiting for you to call them or text them. Wanting to ask you for your social media as well, to like maybe send you Instagram reels or TikToks or like something along those lines is what I'm picking up on, or wanting to call you to ask you to see them again, because I see people like wanting to see you again and feeling the absence of your presence very heavily. Even when they go home after seeing you, I see them thinking about you a lot and feeling your absence. And you know that thing where you see a person and then a few days later you smell their scent out of nowhere? I see that happening to people where there's something about you that's so memorable that um something about you comes up where it reminds them of you. And like I see people thinking about you a lot in that sense, where a lot of things remind them of you. So let's pull a few more cards before we end off. So what do people think when they are getting to know pile number twos? We have the Five of Water. I see people, being very happy to get to know you. They feel very happy in your presence. But because of that, and because of the fact that they're patiently allowing themselves to get to know you, there's this feeling of I would feel disappointed if pile number two didn't want to be my friend or didn't want to be around me anymore. Like, I would really feel disappointed. That's what I get with the Five of Water. We have the Moon. So people may sometimes dream of you as they're getting to know you. That's what I got from the Moon. And I also think people really start to feel close to you on a deep emotional level as they're getting to know you, like very quickly, because we have a lot of like water in your cards, like here. Well, this is not water, but it's kind of blue here. Here, the High Priestess. I don't know if she's in water or not, but yeah. We have the Ace of Fire, which is what I spoke about earlier, you being inspiring, you being a light to others. I think people even think about you a lot at night while they're lying in bed with the Moon card as they're getting to know you. Like, I wonder what pile two is doing right now. I see like people throughout their day wondering, like, I wonder what pile two is doing right now. I wonder what they get up to during their day. I wonder if they're thinking of me. I wonder if they're gonna message me back soon. Like, I see that type of energy here and just a lot of excitement and passion overall. We have the Seven of Water, and from this card, I get a lot of daydreamy energy and this feeling of people wishing for something with you, people wishing for some type of connection with you and daydream about you a lot in general. We have the Three of Fire. Yeah, there's this feeling of seeing potential in a connection with you, whether it be platonic or romantic. Definitely. That's what I keep seeing here. And your absence is definitely felt, my pal twos. I think people start to realize that you're a dreamer, how intuitive you are, how connected you are to your mystical side, and that's something they really get to like about you. And since we have the Six of Cups at the back of the deck, a lot of people from your past still think about you. And even a lot of people where you got to know them in the past, where something abruptly happened and let's say you never got to speak again, I see them even still having their mind wander back to you. So this is what I have for you, pile two. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this orange calcite crystal and the sun card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what do people think as they're getting to know you. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We're going to be using the Good Tarot and the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle deck. Let's get to your reading, pile three. So let's start with your tarot cards. So spirit guides on my pile threes. Spirit guides on my pile number threes. I'm feeling throat chakra energies and solar plexus. I'll explain in a bit. So what people think as they're getting to know pile three. What people think as they're getting to know pile three. At the back of the deck, we have the Eight of Water. Interesting. So the first card we have is the Six of Fire. Spirit is telling me to get these ones first. We have the Page of Water. We have the Two of Fire. We have the Five of Fire. We have the Six of Water. We have the Four of Water. We have the Ten of Water. And we have a bunch of extra cards, which I'll look at in a minute. Let's get your Oracle card. So for some reason, all my other cards just fell down on the floor as I was getting this Oracle deck. Maybe that's a message for the reading. So Spirit guides of pile three. What people think as they're getting to know pile three. So we have Red Jasper with Etman Star and Conviction, card 25. Very interesting. I also feel this card wants to come out. So we have Opal with the North Node and Expansion, card 27. Let's just do this. And then the cards are here. So at the back of the deck, we have Flower Agate with Throat Chakra and Expression. Interesting. So my pile number threes with Conviction, I feel like, and the cards all falling down to the ground. You know, we have the Six of Cups here, so I think this is a past energy. It's not a current energy, but I guess it could also be a current energy for a relation to your boundaries, since we had the Throat Chakra card at the back of the deck. So let me try explain what I see here. So I see you having certain people in your past with the Six of Cups and the Five of Wands that were really like harsh karmic connections. Harsh karmic connections with a lot of conflict where you two weren't always getting along. I think there were a lot of lessons learned from this out of learning your own worth and learning to speak your own truth and to stand up for yourself and set certain boundaries for yourself. And I'm seeing this type of energy where you are learning your worth. And the reason I say so is because in the beginning of the reading, I felt a solar plexus healing and I felt a throat chakra healing. And I feel like these people in your past, some of them were secretly in competition with you. Some of them secretly didn't like you. And some of them, you just had like love-hate connections with them. Like just a lot of clashes together. And I feel like since then you've left them behind because we have the Eight of Cups at the back of the deck. Though what I do feel because of that, it maybe made you see things in a higher perspective where it's like, yes, I can be loving and kind, but I can also have strong boundaries and I can know what I want and know my worth. And because of this, since then, I think you've had some kind of major glow up where those people from your past are still thinking about you now to this day. Yes, they're still thinking about you now to this day. I don't know why it's coming through this reading, but it is. Even people where you were getting to know them and it stopped abruptly, like let's say they did something wrong and you cut them out and you ghosted them or you just said like, I'm not interested anymore. You maybe called them out with conviction. I see them still thinking about you till this day. And I see them being so shocked that you actually did speak up for yourself and that you actually did leave them behind. Because it's kind of like they saw a morphed perspective of you where they thought you would stick around for their BS. So props to you, Pile 3, for standing up for yourself in that way. I do think like you mirror a lot of qualities within people. We have two mirrors here, and in this river, we see her mirroring herself back. So I think you mirror a lot of things back to people energetically, where sometimes people may project onto you. And when you do see that, when you do see this red flag in people of them like projecting their own things onto you, or being secretly in competition with you, or jealous of you, or just trying to start conflict with you, trying to take away your peace in that sense. Or no one can really take away your peace, but do you get what I mean? I see you noticing the red flags and walking away very fast. So I see people seeing like, oh, pile number 3 knows their worth. Pile number 3 is not cut out for BS. Like, they're not going to take my BS. They're going to call me out on it. And I see some of them actually being thankful that you did that, because it expanded them, it helped them look within, and it helped them see. I'm hearing the song Look at the Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. It helped them look at themselves in the mirror and really take accountability for their actions. So, well done to you, Pal 3. Other than that, I wanted to get that gross energy out of the way because I feel like that really affected your self-worth, some of those connections in your life. But it also brought a self-worth healing where you started to realize that you are worthy and deserving of better. Because you bring a lot to the table. Okay, and even if you weren't bringing a lot to the table, you are a human and you're deserving of basic human decency and respect. So, thank you next to those energies. Anyways, what other people think when they're getting to know you. I think a lot of people are noticing that you are healing your self-worth, that you are forming a deeper sense of self-love to yourself, and a deeper sense of self-love in the sense of looking at yourself in the mirror and appreciating yourself truly as you are. Even certain insecurities we have as people, it's like I see you learning to love those insecurities, learning to shine the light on those insecurities, and learning to send love to those parts of yourself where we don't necessarily like, or where we want to discard those parts of ourselves because maybe we deem it as unworthy of love, or unlovable, or just not enough. And I see you reintegrating those parts of yourself. And I think that's something people notice about you as they're getting to know you deeper. And I see people thinking of you when they get to know you like summer. You're like summer. You brighten up everyone's day. You're like the sun. You brighten up everyone's day. Everyone wakes up and they're happy to think of you. They're happy to see you. People in your family or people in your home, people that are close to you. Like every morning, maybe if you go to school or work, like even those people, like I see them being happy to see you. I see certain people, like let's say they're your friend or a lover, sending you a good morning message and like being very happy to message you. I see a lot of people, like let's say they are beginning to see you in the day, like even if it's not in the morning, but they're beginning to see you, there's something about them feeling very happy to see you too. And like the sun card is all about this happy-go-lucky feeling. So I think a lot of people feel very happy to get to know you as they're getting to know you. I think a lot of people see you like summer and see you kind of like, I'm on a tropical holiday and I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling so relaxed. I'm having fun. I'm just having so much fun. It's like a celebration. There's good music playing, good food. Like that's a vibe I get here, and I'm on the beach sipping a cocktail. Like that's how people feel around you and your energy. Like just this overall fun vibe. It's almost like you're bringing a holiday to them while they're with you. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm seeing. Even the Six of Fire here in this thing, I don't know exactly what to call that. It kind of reminds me of childhood. And even here we have the Page of Water. There's something about you that is so nostalgic, even with the Six of Water, that reminds people of childhood, that reminds people of certain memories from childhood. There's something about you that brings people's inner child out while they're getting to know you. And I think you really change people's perspectives in a way where you allow them to release old parts of themselves that weren't happy through their inner child, where you allow them to release any perspective of the world that isn't from a healed perspective, especially to do with the inner child. I think a lot of inner child healing happens around you, like when people are around you subconsciously, where they start to release certain emotions that their inner child was feeling, where they start to begin to see the world in color like their inner child once saw, where they start to begin to see the world through the lens of the eyes of wonder and adventure and color and beauty. Because you see the world like that, so you energetically have that effect on people. I see people thinking you're very free spirited, very happy go lucky. They enjoy being around you. You're very fun to be around. You're so much of a light to people. You uplift people, you brighten up their day. Even just getting a message from you, thinking about you, brightens up their day. That's what people think of you as they're getting to know you. I see people thinking that you bring transformations to those closest to you in the most gentle and beautiful way, since we have the lotus flowers there. I see people getting more in touch with their feelings and emotions and getting more in touch with the parts of themselves that they maybe have too discarded, or parts of themselves where maybe they felt insecure about, and learning to love those parts of themselves and tell those parts of themselves you're worthy. You are like a pearl, very valuable. People find you to be very valuable, not in a way of like, not in a bad way, but like in a way of like they value you, they respect you. And if they don't, there's the door. You leave very quickly with the Eight of Cups at the back of the deck. I feel like people see you as a lot of light in their life, but when they start to get to know you, they also want to get to know you in a more grounded way, but then I see them almost writing that off. Like, okay, I see them thinking, I want to get to know pile three slowly. I want to get to know them slowly. Like, be a little bit more mysterious, not show everything about myself immediately. But then because the sun illuminates, it's like, I see them being very excited around you, or being very excited when talking to you, that all of that just throws out of the window. And they just get so excited that they want to talk to you more, show more parts of themselves, because the sun illuminates everything. So people start to see you as a very positive person, even in challenging moments. And you really rub people in that way, like where, like, it rubs off on people where they start to look at life more positively and more optimistically, even in moments of not feeling fully satisfied with their life with the Four of Cups. It's like they start to learn to look at things in a more higher perspective, but also a more expansive and positive perspective. So, when people do get to know you, necessarily if they're not necessarily respecting you the way you're supposed to be respected, I see them like in this thing here, and they're going too close to the sun and then it burns them. But then I see certain people where they really admire the warmth you radiate. You give people this very warm and fuzzy feeling inside whenever they're getting to know you, and it's kind of like you take them to a different perspective of the world that is more bright, that is more happy, warm, and positive. I see people considering to have you as more of a long-term connection in their life. I see some people falling away because maybe the energy doesn't resonate, or maybe it's just not meant to be. But then I see some where it is really meant to be Okay, so it's not like the others didn't resonate with you, but I mean, like, because you're so positive and so bright, I see certain people where maybe they have more of a negative outlook on life. I see the energy doesn't match. Do you get what I mean? And then I see other people where, like, they're meant to be in your life for a really long time, or they're meant to learn from something from you, or expand in some way, grow, have you as a friend. With the sun, I feel like a lot of people want to be your friend or want to be in your circle. 10 of Cups shows me some do want to have, like long-term romantic connections with you. Um, but a lot of people see when they do have more of a like long-term successful connection with you, they do start to see you as a part of their future, because the North Node is all about what we want to integrate in our future. The North Node is the parts of ourselves we're supposed to become and we're destined to become in this lifetime. So some people, when they really get close to you and they see this connection as very successful, they see you as very warm, bright, happy, they feel very happy around you, they start to see life in a more expansive way. They start to see and open up to the idea of destiny and fate in terms of their own, in terms of their careers, what they want to do, their passions, their goals, their hobbies. They start to rethink their life in more of an expansive way, because I think you think of life in a very abundant way, and they start to too. And then I see them thinking like this connection is fated in some way, or I meant to learn something from this person, or there is a purpose to this connection, or I feel like pile 3 is going to bring something in my life. I don't know what it is yet, but I feel excited. I feel like pile 3 is I feel like I was meant to meet pile 3 in some way. I see people thinking that. So let's take a look at the rest of your cards. And the North Node takes us a little bit outside of our comfort zone. So I see people getting a little bit outside of their comfort zone and needing to be willing to be seen, because, like I said, you mirror a lot of things in people, but you also shine a light on everything within them, even their shadows, which is why some people lash out in you in this way from their shadow self. It's because you're bright like the sun, so the sun illuminates everything and it shines light on everything, even darkness. So I see people needing to be willing to be seen in that sense, needing to willing to be going outside of their comfort zone. We have the Fortune's Wheel, which is all about fate and destiny. What did I say? That's such a cool confirmation. We have the 10 of Fire, so I see some people beginning to release certain things that are not necessarily meant to be in their life anymore, things they've been holding on to. Because this reminds me of that burning bowl ritual, like when you write something down that you want to release and then you burn it away. So I see it's almost like your sunshine burns away all negativity within them, all things that they're still holding onto from the past that need to be released. I see them releasing that, and I see a lot of people being thankful, because even if you don't stay in their life for long, even if it's a short-lived connection where it's not necessarily that they don't want to be in your life or you don't want to be in their life, but maybe it's just for this specific purpose where you kind of get them unstuck, and their higher self starts to pull them to a higher vibration with the 8 of Air, because I'm looking at this angel here and I'm kind of getting the vibe of this angel pulling us up out of the stuckness, if that makes sense. So people sometimes see you as like an angel to them, like if it was a short-lived connection where you got them unstuck in some way. And then lastly, we have love. So I think people develop deep feelings of love, whether it be platonic or romantic towards you. After a while of getting to know you, there's this feeling of we're meant to know each other. There's this feeling of gentleness. There's this feeling of courage to open up my heart and to really surrender to whatever sweetness is here. I'm seeing the surrender to the sweetness card from the other Starseed Oracle deck, clairvoyantly. And this feeling of surrendering to the pleasure, to the joy of just being around you. So this is what I have for you, my pile 3s. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!